And finally, welcome to us live in this match. Just missed the first few minutes. You can see on the clock there, scores 0-0. Been pretty evenly matched so far, but some great work at the breakdown by Launceston. Has seen them earn a penalty and get this field position. Harrigan now passes straight to Inglis, who drops it and has knocked it on way up in the line. Good work out there by Inglis from Taroona to get in the way. Been a pretty well-competed start. Both teams kicking quite well out of defence as well, and half for Taroona. Pun Suwat put a beautiful kick into touch way down deep inside Launceston's territory, but they kicked and retrieved that ball and got out of their own half to be in this situation and have earned a penalty. Scrum pops up, but it's all good. Ball pushed out. Saini dishes off to Setia, and he steps back inside. And nice counter ruck there from Taroona, and Suwat somehow comes up with that. Not sure who put that on. It might have been Plum. And this one we got Launceston there, number 8, Nathan Fiu, the captain, I think, off his feet, and one of his front rowers there in front of him as well. Excellent counter ruck there from Taroona. Catch Launceston off guard. And Plum with the kick. It's a shocker. And kept back inside with the feet by Falatau. And now it's in the hands of the very speedy Salicio, who's taken in a good tackle. Not sure what happened out there. Some Taroona hands in the air. Thought it might have been a knock on or a forward pass. And we've run out over the far sideline, even though that ball was flicked back inside. Joseph Saini with the pass inside. But the flag for the assistant was up. Smiles over there. See what happened here. That was the questionable pass there, I think. Very hard to tell whether it was forward or not. Cannell making the tackle thought it was. And Taroona now dish the ball off. Cleghorn didn't want that ball. Knocked on by him. So combinations out there struggling really for both teams. But Taroona pass coming there from Nick Plum, halfback. Off to Cleghorn, who wasn't expecting it. All right, great attacking opportunity here for Launceston with the scrum. Not far out from Taroona's line, but a great scrum from Taroona. They aren't able to win it, but they do win the penalty. Excellent scrummaging there from the boys in blue to push that Launceston scrum back, even though Launceston managed to clear that out. They've popped up in the front row. And Plum doesn't want to kick it this time. He wants someone else to do it after his last effort. And looks like we've not put this one into touch as well. So Taroona need to think about who's going to be kicking here, because Launceston have got a great attacking opportunity. Suwat making a nice tackle in combination with Cooper. Suwat needs to roll, but the ball comes, and now they dish it out. Moi with the ball here, runs into contact from the Penguins and is taken down just outside the 22. Anderson in the green headgear takes it down. Harrigan to Setia in the blonde hair, and he dashes towards that line, but Launceston not able to get inside that 22. Harrigan kicks it straight into Andreessen, and it bounces back to Salicio, and he gets onto that 22 and puts it back. They're going to come back. I think that was might have been the tackle in there. Suwat not rolling away. Somebody not rolling away, and Launceston will have a penalty just outside the 22. And they opt for a scrum. Interesting option after the last scrum where they got obliterated by Taroona. They'll want to settle a bit better here. See what they have to offer. So far, looking pretty evenly matched. Launceston having the majority of the ball. Taroona kicking woes, having 2 penalties that they've failed to make touch. One by Plum, one by Andreessen. I'm sure they've got a couple of better kickers in their back line in Suwat and Berry for Taroona. And another good scrum to the Penguins, but the ball's out. Harrigan goes the other way, flicks across the back of the scrum. Little grubber goes through from Saini and it's picked up and he scores in the corner. Under some pressure from Suwat, a good attempt to make the tackle. I think it was Josepha Saini with the points there. Grubbed it through and regathered his own kick. And the first try comes after nearly 10 minutes with the home side putting on some points. Taroona just need to come back and regather after this conversion. Try and make sure that their set piece options really working there. So some discussion about who's going to kick, I think, really is the big issue there for Taroona. And Josepha will kick his own conversion. A bad looking kick. A little bit short. Nice and straight though. And will stay at 5-zip. Taroona to come back with the kickoff. And a substitution out there too for Taroona, which will aid their kicking. Andreessen been dragged after his shocking penalty kick and replaced by Christo Lagrange, who we're all very aware is an adept kicker. And he has the ball in his hands right now as he's just come on the field. Probably just driven up. And the kick goes, no one really chasing it though. Not quite ready for it. And nice, the only chaser there, Ed Nordstrom for Taroona, grabs player around the ankles, and Launceston with the pick and drive. And they drive again. Hall needs to roll away, and he does. Harrigan now dishes it out the back, and that try scorer again, Saini, gets around the outside, and he's too quick, but tackled into touch, and tackled by Suwat again, making another good tackle, this time stopping Saini from getting around the outside. And the ball's gone into touch. We'll see a Taroona line out with a throw from Garnham. Both jumpers jump up. Ball goes in and won by Taroona. Suwat takes that standing still and absolutely manhandled to the deck. Well read off the back of the line out there by Launceston. I think it was Moi Moi. And again, Taroona now find themselves about 25 metres back from that line out. Still with the ball in possession, and Lagrange wants it out of there. And he kicks, finds the grass and puts it into touch. It's just proved his worth already. That's a cracker of a kick. And he's also the first one to get there on the chase. dealing with camera on a hill here, and Taroona win that one. Wonky pass from Plum, but finds Suwat, who dodges the first tackle. He's having an absolute blinder as Suwat so far, even after getting destroyed in a tackle moments ago. Cooper now with the ball, runs straight, 2 to take him down. And probably a bit hard done by there. Petty there getting his hands on that ball to start with. There was a clear call from the referee of no hands. I think he probably had a go and didn't get it at first. Then had another grab at it. And Lagrange will kick for touch. Oh, and it's a wonky one, and he doesn't make it either. And Falatau there gets another chance with his soccer skills and keeps it in play nicely. So penalty kicking woes still from Taroona. And Launceston will look here to clear this ball. They're outside their 22. And the pick and drive is on. Going to go again with Brown. Harrigan now, and he goes the boot. Inglis is out there, and he's got to dodge the tackle. Oh, the pass is high. Plum's going to get back. He'd like a bit of space here, Plum. Had a bit more time than he realised. And Berry now runs into the tackle. They're not rolling off him though here, and they're going to be penalised here. Satia there with the came over the top and just fell straight on top of Berry. Didn't get out of the way, and Taroona couldn't get that ball out of here. 3 shocking kicks for touch so far from Taroona. Lagrange will want to put this one into touch. Be aiming for our tent. And this one finds touch. And Taroona will have a line out right in front of me. Sun's shining, as you can see, right into the camera at the moment. Lovely morning here in Launceston. Launceston just jumping early, ball tapped back, and Suwat takes it between. Oh! That's a high tackle there. Suwat with his head down has been absolutely monstered. Very hard situation there for the tackler, but it's very high. Managed to catch that ball between his legs. And referee's going to come and talk to the assistant referee over here. No care for the safety there whatsoever, though. Just a tough situation, though, really. It's very hard as a tackler to do anything in that situation when the player's got his head down. But he certainly could have gone in a little softer and with a bit more care. Suwat's been in amongst everything there. Just a horrible pass for him. He's down very low and he caught it between his knees. See how he goes. He looks like he's about to get to his feet, but he's pretty shaken. They'll should be able to sub him. We'll probably see a penalty to Taroona here. Yeah, penalty there. It's definite high contact, but again, pretty hard for the tackler to do anything, really. If you want to play a contact sport, you're going to have to do it. And it's a good kick from Lagrange. Taroona will have another crack at the line out. Suwat staying on, which is good to see. So a bit more shaken than anything, I think, after being absolutely destroyed again. He's going to want some better passes from his halfback, I think. He's going to last the whole game. And the ball in the line out. Hayes, first game for Taroona, throws it out to Hall, who juggles it. But Taroona get there and breakdown ensues. Hayes again, not sure where to go. Ducks back inside and drives it forward nicely. Got to be careful not to roll too far on the ground there. Ball out now to Suwat. The defence is up quickly. Lagrange takes it and gets past Harrigan easily. And offloads, and what a try! Couldn't even see that in the sun there. We'll bring it up on a replay, but some brilliant hands. I think there was an offload from Lagrange. He managed to find, I don't know who, and Berry scores. So Hayes did a good job here to do the spin. Gets back around. Ball comes out. Out the back, Suwat goes to Lagrange, who gets past. He dishes it off to Bird, and no, Bird scores. So good work out there, freshly on the field, Ollie Bird. And Taroona hit back and even the scores through a nice little offload from Christo Lagrange. And it's 5 apiece. And the conversion's good. Penguins take the lead up here at Royal Park by 2, 7 points to 5. Ball goes over the head of Cleghorn and eventually falls to Cody Hall. I think it was a knock-on out there to Launceston. Hall bustles his way towards the middle of the field. And Plum now having a look, gives it to Cannell. Loves a run in these kinds of situations. Plum comes in again. And not rolling away again down there. Same player as last time, Satia. And the kick goes deep, but no advantage on that one, and we'll come back for another penalty to Taroona. Discipline at the breakdowns letting Launceston down. They had so much possession early on before they scored that try. And then the second 10 minutes of the half has been all Taroona. And again, they're just being kept in it by Launceston and a few silly penalties. And this kick's going to land on our camera. Go down through the weir and down into the Tamar River behind us.
He's kicking it straight to you.
Give him a towel.
I need a hooker. Yeah, he's got to be in here.
We need a hooker. He is right there, but he has to be 2 metres away, not 10. He was getting there, though. He was getting there. And again, Hall driving in. Taroona, good support play. Giving it back there to Ring, who was not in a great position to take that, but he has a nice run and gets past the first tackler. Cleghorn now standing in the way there, Suwat. Yeah, just a bit of inexperience there, Cleghorn. He's in a good position for his to receive that ball, but they wanted to get it deeper out to Suwat to throw it wide, and Cleghorn need to get out of the way. Ball now comes to Garnham for Taroona. And a good clean out at the ruck by them. Just making 1 or 2 metres. Caught behind the line this time. Now they go to Suwat. He goes wide quickly. Misses Lagrange, and Bird picks it up and makes a few fends. Gets past 4, 5. Spins past 6. Finally taken to ground by the 7th player. And Taroona now get on the front foot here. Suwat, the nice step, and the grubber through is not a bad option, but fullback's directly back there. Our camera seems to have frozen on us. I'm not sure what's going on there. See what happens. Meanwhile, Launceston have turned it over and flicked a forward pass. I'm not sure whether we're going to pick this up or not.
the power's really sensitive.
So if we had some frozen display there, you may well have heard my commentary continue, but camera just freezing. So technical issues everywhere today. Much apologies. There was a knock on there after a turnover by Launceston, and Taroona now have it. Suwat kicks and it's touched, and nice smothered. And now Launceston with the ball. Running back into traffic, but Taroona not rolling away this time. Suwat under the bottom there, stuck on the wrong side. Not the first time for him as well today. Harrigan with the ball now, kicking for touch. And he kicks and makes about 8 metres, puts it well into the tennis courts. Might have to wait for a few minutes for someone to retrieve it. Won't take long. Thank you to whoever's playing ball boy down in there. And the line out throw from Petty, won by Launceston. Druava throws it, and Harrigan's got on his inside Josefa Saini, who makes a good run. Scafidi now takes it forward. Launceston captain. And we've got man down just on the left of your screen there for Taroona, and a Launceston player as well. And the contact in there. Ball comes wide. Harrigan looking to get through, gets nowhere. Just taken to ground by a scrag of the jumper of the jersey. And Druava trying to bustle his way through, looking for a gap, and he gets caught with the ball. I think it's Nordstrom down in midfield, just on, you can just see the number 4 there, and right next to him, two players there from, one player from each team just holding it up. Not happy with whatever contact happened in there. And we'll have a bit of a pause of the time. Apologies for our clock being strange here. It was something very strange happening. Kick for touch there. Everything's going, not quite everything, but a lot of things going strangely wrong on our stream. All right, so Ball coming back now, the penalty to Launceston, and a kick for touch from Harrigan's good. Puts his team 15 metres closer. So just think about our clock there, add about 24 minutes to that. Sitting at about 25 minutes into the half, 15, a bit less than 15 minutes to play. And it's a close one. Launceston win that one, but I think stolen and then knocked on by Taroona. And we've got a lovely run around here from Petty. They can't stop him. Eventually someone grabs him and drags him to ground. I think it's Harrison for Taroona. And now through they go. Launceston get their hands on some ball. And it's a beautiful try through there by, can we pick a number? I can't, but lovely work there by the Tigers. We'll come back and have another look at the bustling run. Number 1 there, Petty comes through. Who is it? I think it's Moi Moi. Number 7 picks it up, and no one's looking. Cody Hall just steps straight outside him, and Moi Moi goes all the way through and scores a beautiful try. Puts his team in front now by 3, 10-7. The crowd on the wall goes wild. And Setia this time will take the conversion. Just inside the 22, chips it and looks good. No, it goes out wide. His teammates have a bit of a laugh. And it's a 3-point ball game. The Fijians are great. Several of them sitting on the wall really close to us. Plenty of them over the other side as well. And they're enjoying their rugby in the sun out here at Royal Park in Launceston. Taroona slow to bring it back. As I said, remember we're probably 24, 25 minutes on top of what our clock currently shows. I don't know why that reset everything. Our technology's not being kind to us today. We're here and the rugby's good and entertaining. It's a nice high shallow kick there from Lagrange, and Brown, bit of contact on him from Harrison, knocks it backwards though. Koirioi this time. That's Sokovi takes that one forward, and Harrigan kicks, aims for Inglis again. He took one last time, loses it this time. He needs to pick it up at his feet. And he doesn't, it's socket forward. And again, Launceston now. Who's going to get there first? Oh! And some speed out wide. Unfortunately, we're going to come all the way back. There's a penalty for offside. So try scorer was in front of the kicker. I'm going to hit the replay. Oh, they go on the tap? No, I'm going to hit the replay on that because it's very entertaining. Ball comes off Inglis, hits the deck. Socket on, yes, we see there. I think it was, I think Setia kicked that one forward, and the man who scored that try never was behind him. Great work to take that ball with the leap in the air. And he didn't realise. But Eddington did realise, and now we've turned it around, and what looked like a try to Launceston is now a Taroona line out 80 metres down the other end of the field. So it's all happening. But very entertaining game of rugby. Great to see. Good to see the smiles out there on faces too. Just got Aidan Cleghorn for Taroona down on the field at the moment, just near the line out. So we're going to have a bit of a time out. Might have been a head knock as well, with the referee having a conversation there. Just concussion check, I think. No blue card held up, but Cleghorn will come from the field. I'm not sure who's replacing him. Maybe Andreessen there in the number 23 at the back of the line out. And ball bounces past Andreessen, and He bounces off Druava and another one of the Launceston would-be tacklers and goes to ground. Ring wants some help there, but there's no one with him. And he fires a pass at Suwat's knees and another ball flipped backwards. Jordan Eddington picks it up for the Penguins. And Taroona a little bit disorganised here. Suwat's, when the passes are good for him, it's allowing him to run forward, but he's had a few at his knees. And Plum just needs to make sure of his passes. Bit rusty. Nice tackling out there, but Andreessen Tuivasa takes that one forward. Eventually. And the ball comes out. Legrand slips the first tackle. And goes to ground. Ball now out to Cannell. Always gets this same look on his face when he wants to hit the ball up, does Aiden Cannell. Ball comes out now to Harrison. Oh, flips a wide one to Eddington, who slips the tackle. And he's dangerous in these situations. If you can get a bit of speed up, he's very elusive. Bumps off a tackler who stays down. Hayes now with some looking to move forward, but then throws a pass to Leon Tuivasa Andreessen, who can't take that one. He wasn't expecting it. And eventually, after plenty of phases, mostly on the back foot, Taroona hand that one over and Launceston will have a scrum. Right, scrum from Launceston. Plenty of room out here. Harrigan has Satia on his outside. And a great scrum from Taroona there too. And they've won that. And it's come out. And standing up in the scrum again, Launceston. So Taroona really putting the drive on there. And Launceston scrum not able to hold up. And the kick comes and Taroona yet another line out. Ball in the tree. Eventually he hits the deck. And a great attacking opportunity here for the Penguins. Cycling through their reserves. They certainly haven't come up with two full teams today, so there's quite a few players who are going to have to play in this game and another. Plum eventually gets it to Inglis, who gets it out wider to Hall, and he dishes it off to Eddington, who gets met solidly. They need to release him though, and they do, and there's room out wide here. There it is, and a pass out to Wright, who just hangs onto it. Might have been a bit forward, but he goes into contact. I think he loses that though on the ground. So good ball movement out there by the Penguins to get it to the wing. There was some space out there. Well done by Wright there to stay infield. Didn't go into touch, but as he hit the ground, he just lost control of it as he tried to lay it back. And Launceston will have another scrum, but they're deep in defence here, and they'll need to do a better job of it than their last one. Right, scrum to set. Ball in the hands of Joey Druava. Isaac Anderson didn't want to go into that scrum. Needs to make sure that his team gets into this one nicely. Some good banter out there on the field between the players. Okay, scrum sets this time in the shadows, and Taroona try to get the drive on, but not successfully this time. Harrigan throws it out wide. Satia, he kicks a wonky one off his right foot, and it bounces awfully for Inglis. Knocked on first by Launceston, but I think they've got away with it. And the kick goes back. Suwat's going to get there first. He needs to avoid the tackle. He does. Can't get an offload away. And the counter ruck comes though, but again, Launceston at the breakdown. Been a lot of penalties at the breakdown against Launceston, and Suwat's copped another one down there. That mop of hair that he's got, you see it flashing around. Inglis just didn't quite work hard enough to get across to there. Was knocked on by Launceston first, then knocked on by Inglis, and the kick went forward. But just watch here, that shoulder from, I don't know who it was, number 15 there from Launceston came in and made contact with Suwat's head. And that's half time called there, so entertaining half a rugby, only 3 points in it. Anyone could win this one. Whichever team can come out. I think whoever can give away the least penalties in the second half is probably going to come away with the points. But we'll take a break and be back with you in 5 minutes or so for the second half. We are back for the second half. Close game here. Launceston 10, Taroona 7. Neither team really able to take any control of the game. Lots of penalties at the breakdown. Launceston now running into the sun, but the kicking game of Launceston's been pretty good, and they've certainly taken some advantage away from Taroona by clever kicking in play. Not sure what we're waiting for here. Assistant referee on the far side. Do we? We don't have an assistant referee on this side of the field though. Oh, this is what's happening. Waiting for an assistant to come to our side of the field. There he is. He gets a bit of an applause from players and spectators. And we shall start the game very shortly. And there's the whistle. And the kick goes, taken but dropped. And then a rushed pass from Nordstrom comes straight off Hall, who wasn't expecting it. And Launceston have it and are deep in attack. Arpi takes that ball inside the Taroona 22. And Anderson drops it though. Trying to be a little sneaky pick and drive there, but got caught on his teammate's foot. And if he's not too much in shadow there from the auto exposure on the camera, you see the look of disappointment on his face. Scrum to set. First half, Taroona had some real ascendancy in this part of the game. And big drive this time from Launceston. So great scrummaging from them. And they win the penalty right on the 22. So there's a turnaround. Launceston have come out and really put the pressure on there to Taroona. Scrum just wheeled around. They weren't really moving forward. But the referee is on the spot, and Launceston will have a line-out throw less than 10 metres out from Taroona's line. Go to the front and just get the tap out. Ball driven, and Launceston going to look to pick and drive here. Maybe a little bit over 5 metres out. And they go again. It's a nice drive. Gets very close, and then they come quickly back to the left. Can't see where the line is, but they've got to be close. And he's over there too. Nice work. Great work on this side there to score that. I think it's Petty who made a great run in the first half that led to the try. It is number 1. And the Tigers now take an 8-point lead. Oh, just missed it on the replay. Let's see, he gets up there. It's the number 1. And the kick will this time be taken by Druava. Good work there by the Launceston forwards. A few changes in the front row. I think Archie Radakele has come on. He's may have replaced Fergus Brown in that front row, I think. Oh no, Brown. Yeah, Brown's carrying water at the moment. Kick comes now. And it's not a bad looking kick. Just misses to the left though. Score stays there. 3 tries to Launceston, 1 to Taroona. There's 8 points in it. Plenty of time to go here. And Lagrange will come for the kick. And he goes wide. It might be too much on it. No, bounces through. No, not through the 10. So some questions out there. Taroona decided that it's gone 10, but the call needs to come from the assistant over there, who I don't even know if there is one. Oh yes, he's maybe not on the right spot.
Just run on the line there, boys. Run the line.
All right. All right, scrum to Launceston here. And Taroona give a little bit of a push, but don't make a lot of ground. And Fiu takes it for a run and gets into Taroona's half. Pick and drive's been a good part of the game for Launceston. They come out now. Satia with the chip. And a rotten bounce for Launceston. And Inglis just falls to the ground and pops the ball back and finds some support. Now Harrison cops a high one in contact there, just falling down, but accidental, but needed to. Oh, Suat looking up there. You can see he's a bit worried. He's copped a couple of high shots. Bit concerned there about the tackler coming, and now that's been stolen by Launceston. So they've started in a flurry, and nice hands by Anderson to hang on to that one. Has a look around, nothing on, and gets tackled. Launceston now just outside the 22. Druava gives the ball off, and it's kicked. Oh, no one gets it. Right holds off. Launceston with the pressure on there, and they'll probably win that. No, just taken at the bottom there by Taroona. And Lean picks that ball up and kicks, looking for touch. There's a assistance flag flapping around everywhere, but it didn't go up in the air. Ball stayed in, and eventually the mark is called there by Brocklehurst for the Penguins. Who taps it and gives it to Lagrange, who roosts it downfield. Doesn't find touch though. Got a bit of length on that kick, and Launceston run it back. Get inside the Penguins' half, and there's an advantage here. Game tackler not rolling away, and another leg being held. It's Nordstrom for the Penguins. Cramping maybe. He'll be running out of reserves, I think, the Penguins. And the kick finds touch about 5 metres down the field. Launceston really on top first 8 minutes of this half. Taroona not able to maintain possession and are really struggling. And line out win to the Tigers. Harrigan runs backwards. He wasn't quite sure what was happening there. It looked like there was a bit of a move called and ended up running in the wrong direction. And again, just the defence there coming up and putting the pressure on. And another kick through. They've got to hit this. Got to hit this quickly. Taroona. Berry takes it, but is monstered by 3 Launceston players, who eventually get that ball. And we're going to man down midfield for Launceston. So every breakdown is resulting in injured player here. We're going to see a Taroona penalty, I think. I think that ball's stolen. No, we're going to see the other way around, sorry. It is a Launceston penalty. They certainly won the counter ruck. And the kicking game of Launceston really is the difference between the two teams here. Taroona's back 3 particularly not really reading the ball very effectively, and the kicking from Launceston has hit the ground, and they've had some fortunate bounces, but they've really put the pressure on and chased hard. And in that situation there, the ball was taken by Berry, but 3 tacklers on him no sooner had he grabbed it, and he went to the deck, and they drove straight over the top of him. So, see that man coming from the field there for Launceston. I don't think he actually was on for very long. Is Kelvin Chand, I think, coming off. So only on for this half, 10 minutes for him. And he's come off injured, so that's a shame. But Driver now with the penalty, and he goes the tap. Finds this half's try scorer, Lampetti Luanapanaha, and he drives in, and a nice hit there from Lean creates a turnover. Plum goes for a bit of a run. Garnham now dishes it off to Harrison, to Lagrange. There's a bit of space out wide here. He's inside the 22, and the kick finds touch inside Launceston's half, and the quick line out not allowed. And we'll come back for a Launceston line out. Pat Garnham's got the ball in his hands thinking that it's his throw, but it should be a Tigers throw. Garnham will see if he can get away with this. Entertaining. Couldn't trick the referee. Phil Rogers. He's open to that. And the ball tapped down by Harrison for Taroona. Garnham takes it, and the Penguins win that one. So he didn't need to throw it to make the win. Lean nearly loses it on the deck. And they go wide. They want to go wide quickly here, Taroona. They got space out there. The ball goes to Bird. He dishes it off to Berry, and they've got a little bit of space. No, a cracker of a tackle out there by Launceston. And they've gone over quickly, but gone off their feet. So what was a nice move to get around the outside there by Taroona was shut down by a really nice tackle. And Taroona kick deep and have now sent it down inside Launceston's 22 for a line out. A try in this foray would be good for the Penguins, though they get caught well behind the line. And again, we've lost our camera feed here. Here we go. It comes back, and the quick tap by Plum goes close. He rides that one and eventually gets over, and the try scored. So great work down there. I think the man they call Speedy, Nick Plum, who's a ring-in for this match, has made his way over and put 5 points on for the Penguins. Just come back and have a look. I think we get a bit of a frozen camera in amongst this, but the replay is a quick one. Oh, there we go. There's the lost part. Plum took that ball off the line out and ran through 2 tacklers and then managed to score with someone around his ankles. And that gets the Penguins back into it. 3 points down. Conversion kick to come, but out very wide. It's going to be a tough one for Lagrange from there. He's capable of doing it. But it's a tough one. Conditions are perfect for this kick, though. No wind. Maybe that makes it not perfect. It'd be perfect if the wind was directly behind him. But there'll be no interference from the wind in this kick. And the Penguins have struck back after an early try to Launceston, much like the first half. Kick looks pretty good. Just under the bar, so it'll stay as it is. Launceston 15 and the Penguins on 12. With 20 minutes left to play. I've seen a lot of the games run 40 minutes, but my understanding is that the Division 2 games are supposed to only go for 35, which sounds like the referee's call here. I did just hear him say 20 minutes to go. But we'll see. Harrigan. Kick towards us. It's a nice one. It's going to go over the head of Brocklehurst. Can't quite take it. Knocked backwards, but it goes out off Taroona, and it'll be a line out to the Tigers right in front of our camera. You can't get a lot closer than that. Lampetti there throwing the ball. He's only about 5 or 6 metres right in front of the camera. Best view you're going to see of a line out throw in Tasmanian rugby. And it's a good one. Won by Taroona though, but eventually well picked out there by Fiu for Launceston as that ball was loose. And now the Tigers rampaging into Taroona's end, but an accidental offside there. Just the pick and drive. It's not, they hear the back 10 call, but it's just an accidental, so.
Let's listen to that strike call.
We will see a Taroona scrum. A few metres inside their own 22. And they will want to get this one out of here. Lagrange is standing about 15, nearly 20 metres behind this scrum. Give him some space to kick. And a nice scrum drive there from the Blues. And Lagrange gets onto that one. And the kick goes over the head of Falatau, but it doesn't go out, and he eventually gets it. He chips one through. Hall picks it up, and Taroona now have got the ball around the halfway. So a good outcome there. The chip kick wasn't really on. A wide pass to Lagrange. He's got Bird. Bird gets it away to Berry. Berry has Wright outside him. Wright solidly met near the line, and he's taken. No, he drops it again at the tackle there, Wright. So it was a good run. Good ball moving again by Taroona, but Wright, just as he hits the deck, lets that one slip. Something he needs to sort of really get on top of in his game is that breakdown. There's a few times now where he's hit the deck and lost it. That will come with experience. Certainly hasn't been playing a lot of rugby for a long time, and more opportunities he gets, the better he'll get at that part of his game. But the line out, the scrum goes to the Tigers, who've looked a lot more solid this half than the first half. All right, scrum sets. Is put in and evenly matched both sides. High pass to Harrigan, to Satia. He throws a really wide one. The defence needs to get up. Bird gets behind. Just grabs in a tackle there on the jersey. Seems to be the way he operates. Ollie Bird, he gets behind and often tackling from behind in defence. And now the ball comes back. Fiu's been good so far. puts his head down and cops one over his shoulder. And Brocklehurst comes flying through. And penalised. Might have been taking out the halfback. I'm not sure what the penalty was called for. Brocklehurst here penalised. Maybe coming in on the side. I'm not sure what for there. That ball kicked over the wall and into the Tamar River. Time off. Someone go and get a boat. Oh, I can hear it. I think it's come back. It's just been kicked. It hit the tree. And then bounced back over the wall again, I think. And then there's another ball come from the other side of the field. Thanks to the assistant referee who went and ran and fished that one out of the other side. It's not really in the river, but the river's a fair way away out there. Numbers matching here, only 4, and it's won by Launceston. Taken by Ratakele. And Fiu getting his hands on that ball again. Hitting a solid tackle. Taroona need to roll. They do. And wonky pass over the top of the head of James Harrigan, but he manages to get away. And Taroona trying to try and hold this one up here. Looks like they'll do it. Oh no, they get to ground and it's called a ruck. Petty takes a bit of a run, stays on his feet, solid. He's played well today. And they got numbers out wide, but Garnham with the steal. And we're going to come and be a penalty here. Sure, looks like high contact. So unfortunately, Garnham put the pressure on Anderson, who lost the ball and fell into Garnham's lap. And Launceston decide that they want to take a tap. And Anthony Lean absolutely destroys whoever that was. I don't know if it was Moi Moi. And the turnover. I'm not sure what the thinking process was there. Maybe it was Falatau. It was. Oh dear. Oh no, it's number 25. That's Api Rabuli. Ran slowly and didn't realise that the man in front of him was probably one of the best tacklers in the competition, and got absolutely caned by Anthony Lean. Oh dear, oh dear. And now the Penguins have the ball in an attacking position with the line out. And the ball is on, tap down. Suat under much pressure. He needs a bit more support at the back there. And Plum with another one along the ankles. It's just those passes. Every now and then he's making it really difficult for his first receiver. And a big run here. That man has come off the bench for Launceston. Not sure who that is. But now the ball comes out. And good pressure from the Penguins in defence. And another kick. The kicks have all been good so far. Bird comes back and takes it and gets away from a couple. Spins. Just so hard to tackle. You never know where he's going to go. And Plum needs to make this pass count. He does. And the chip goes long from Lagrange. No one back there. Tuivasa chases, gets stepped. And a nice run. Steps 3. Great work there, eventually tackled. So Salasio that time, and he's knocked it on in contact. Tackled around the ankles. And then ran into Taroona players. There's a great run back here from Salasio. Steps Tuivasa easily, gets around Hayes, gets around Inglis, who's standing flat-footed. Taken around the ankles by Plum and then lost it as he hit James Holman. Penguins with another scrum opportunity. Good scrumming there from Launceston. Ball kicked back quickly. Plum doesn't get onto it. Nice pass there that time though from Suwat, but Lagrange forgets to hang on to it as he goes into contact. There was a nice gap there for him. He saw it and forgot to take the ball with him. Bit of a contact on his arm and it's dropped. So good pressure in defence there. Launceston, it was a good scrum. The scrum was good from Launceston. That ball came out. Plum really had to throw that one again. Couldn't quite get it in his hand. This ball was great. And then just, it was the tackle coming across there from Moi Moi and created a knock-on in his team. And Taroona now with a tight head scrum, and Plum knocks it on. Under a lot of pressure. I thought the halfback there for Launceston could have been offside, but the ball's, I suppose the ball's out, so he's allowed to come around. And Launceston will have another crack at it. See that ball still in, and pretty good actually. The ball was out. Good call from referee. And Launceston driving a bit early into that, and Pat Garnham not wanting to get into that scrum. Probably. About 10 minutes left to play. Launceston just with a 3-point lead, very close. Who's going to win this scrum? It's hard to tell. And Taroona drive through. Can they get that back? They do. And good pressure there from Plum. Grabs around the collar though. Nice inside ball. Here he goes. Number 15 there, Salesio, is causing problems with his run, but he loses it. Just wanting clarification as to the penalty, but deemed to be holding on. And the chip kick from Lagrange finds touch. It's a beautiful run here. See Salesio goes to ground, tries to go back to his feet. And he's right, it was a interesting call though. If he wasn't tackled, he had a right to get back to his feet. Okay, meanwhile, ball's out and Plum throws another one into the ground and it's been stolen. He really needs to start looking up with his passes, Plum, because he's creating absolute headaches for his first receivers. And he's under a lot of pressure, but his pass is just going along the ground. And the knock-on from Launceston there, but great pressure again. Just that the 9-10 channel has been owned by Launceston today. Passing from the 9, just not great. And Suwat, when he gets it, has always been under a lot of pressure. So Plum needs to make this one count. And we'll have another reset of the scrum. Scrum battle's been intriguing all day. Taroona had the best of it in the first half of most of the time. Launceston for the start of this half were good, and then Taroona have really put the pressure back on at this point of the game. So some changes working in to the advantage of the Penguins. Plum this time gets it out and again throws a soft pass. Inglis chases, Suwat chases. Who's going to get it? It's knocked on and Plum picks it up, but will come back for the knock-on, and the Blues will have another shot at a scrum, this time inside Launceston territory. So good pressure on the kick there. Suwat just getting up there, causing Launceston player to jump at that ball and lose it. And substitution out here for Launceston. You might see Connor Nicholson come on for a run. Coming into the front row there. Maybe Nicholson, I think. All right, ball comes in. And good drive from the Tigers, but held by Taroona. And Suat this time runs across field, manages to evade a few, and evades the whole back line of Launceston, and eventually dishes it off to Berry, and he gets through. The line's in front of him, and he scores with a high tackle coming over the top. And we're going to see a card, I think, here too. Referee reaching for his pocket. Maybe he's just reaching for his score book. Just the scorebook. Looked like it might have been high coming over the top, but Jack Berry with the try. And we'll come back and have a look. Just the hands. Unfortunately, we don't get that on the replay there, but Pun Suwat ran around the entire Launceston back line. The tackle wasn't so high. Just looked like him coming over the top, but it seemed fine. And Taroona hit the lead. 17-15, so one conversion so far only for both teams, and that's the difference. And with only about 6 minutes left to play, I'd say, Taroona will go into that final period with their noses in front. Definitely plenty of time for Launceston to hit back though, and the kick chases have been really good so far this match. Something that Taroona will really need to get on top of, as Hourigan will kick the ball back to them after this conversion attempt. And hits the post. Assistant's flag was on the way up, but hit the post and bounced back in. So 2-point lead. Still anyone's game. Tigers very slow to come back now. Hourigan with the ball in his hands, just coming on to your camera, just directing. His teammate a high five. And Launceston will be hungry for this ball, being 2 points behind. Taking his time, wants to make sure of it, give his team the best shot at getting this one. It's a nice kick. James Holman comes in though. He's who you would want if you're a Taroona player to be taking that ball. And gets it back. High pass from Plum, and Lagrange goes long. He's going to hit the grass, and it bounces forward and into the 22 towards the line. Inglis just rushes up too much. And a nice run coming out of there. Launceston, and the knock on. So the pass not expected. And Taroona have turned it over. They do have some numbers out on the left. They're going to be better off holding on to this one. Suwat runs across to Lagrange. There's space out wide. He finds Eddington, who steps inside, steps off his left. He's going to be hard to stop from here. And he goes over. And the Penguins now take a 7-point lead. Some great ball movement again, getting that out wide. We'll come back for the replay. We'll just watch that ball transferred out here. The turnover came from Launceston. Garnham ran back one phase to the other way, gave Plum a nice ball there. Suat with the quick pass. Lagrange took it to the line and saw Eddington out wide. It was a nice attempt in the tackle out there from Piatto, just to force Eddington back on the inside. But he didn't get hold of him, and Jordan Eddington with a little bit of space in front of him is always hard to stop. And the Penguins put on another try, and this conversion will probably win them the game. It's 7 points now. This will make it 9, and I'd say a 9-point game is going to be unable to be pegged back in the few minutes that we've got left for Launceston. Certainly, when you look at the Taroona players, there's a lot of guys who'll be playing in the first grade game after this one as well. Competition rules and conversion's good. So competition rules state that you must have a full bench. I believe in second grade, to allow your team to have a full bench in first grade. So Taroona coming up with fairly short, have been forced by that rule to play a lot of their first grade players in this team so that they can have a full bench for their first grade side to play the Tigers after this match. They just kind of cycled them on and off really to make sure that none of them play too many minutes on this game and wear themselves out before that game. Anyway, Tigers, can they hit back here? The kick was pretty good, but you don't want to kick it to James Holman. You want to go a little bit shallower or a lot deeper. And he goes straight to James Holman again. It's a great kick, though, from Harrigan. He's got a really nice style on that, nice and high. Gives his guys the opportunity to get there, but when James Holman's there, he's very, very good. And another nice kick there from Lagrange, putting it back inside the 22. Taken back there. And Launceston run to the midfield and chip it. Lagrange will take this one on his chest, and there's room here down the right-hand side. He gets inside a few, taken nicely in the end in a tackle by Sefo Soane. He's the man who's come on this half with the long hair, who's made a few good runs and a couple of good hits. And he looks back this way and finds James Holman, who's got Brocklehurst outside him. Passes forward, though. Just overshot that one. Attempted sneaky move down the sideline by some of the tight forwards from Taroona. Not to be. And that'll give the Tigers another shot. Taroona have got on top of the kicking game of the Tigers in the latter part of this half too. Just a few of the kicks, short kicks that the Tigers' backs are trying to put on have been covered. And Launceston now. So Taroona penalised this time for wheeling the scrum. They didn't have a drive on before they wheeled it, and the quick tap comes from Druava. He takes a nice step and then loses it. And Suwat tries to throw that ball back. Just leaves it on the spot. It nearly went forward. No half in there. Want to hold on to it and keep it inside. There it is. And Holman comes in. Solid hit in the midfield there by the Tigers on, I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Aidan Cannell, the number 20. And Pun Suwat is down again after being hit in contact, holding his shin this time. Little hold up here will give some of his teammates an opportunity to take a breather. And I dare say there's not many minutes to go, given that at the 15-minute mark on our clock, referee Rogers called 20 minutes to go. I just can confirm too, the player who came on for Launceston, who I called Connor Nicholson, is actually Thomas Berry in the number 24. I'll just wait for Suwat. No, they're going to continue to play here with Suwat in that position. No, surely they're going to wait. Yeah, the call is either take him off or he replays. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Suwat there is going to play on. The call from the referee was we want to finish the game. No, Suwat's going to leave the field. So Inglis has gone into half-back for Taroona, and looks like Plum has come out to fly half. And he's got Hall, Lagrange and Eddington outside of him. So Taroona with no hooker, I think, at the line out. They're giving the option for a scrum or the line out again. They choose a scrum. Not sure what's happening with the back line for Taroona. I see Hall is going to go into playing hooker. He's playing hooker, but he's just lining up in the back line off the line out. All right. So, been a long time here, period of about 4 or 5 minutes with practically nothing happening. And eventually we're going to see some rugby happen from this scrum with Druava, who's been a very, very solid performer for the Tigers today, putting this ball in. They need to pull something out here, something special to the Launceston team to put on a try and hopefully have enough time to come from behind. With this 9-point game, they need a converted try and a penalty to win it, at least. I don't know that there's time on the clock for that. Druava gets a bit of pressure from Inglis, who might have knocked that on. Harrigan eventually gets it and runs back to where that scrum started, and then the ball gets flicked out. Looking for someone out there to ignite something for the Tigers. And, oh, beautiful run through the middle. Inglis just holds on. Cracker of a run through there from the Tigers. And now they're on the front foot. Ball goes back to Harrigan, who's very deep. Now it comes out to Satia, who steps back inside and looks to get through. Taken nicely in the tackle by Lean, I think that was, for Taroona. And the turnover, Cannell all over the top of that one. Couldn't have been Anthony Lean making a tackle. Oh, it's James Holman who made that ankle tackle. And the question must be how much time to go. I think that'll be it. And it is, in a very entertaining match between these two teams today. We see Taroona come up 24-15 winners with a couple of tries in the last 15 minutes of this half to come from behind. Quick recap on the other reserve grade match if you're interested. Up at Burnie. Burnie were playing against Eastern Suburbs, who've travelled a long way, and Burnie 96 Easts with the egg with a 0. So tough game, tough road trip for Easts, but good work out there to Burnie, and great work here. Both teams, really entertaining match, played in great spirits, and in the end, Taroona coming up with the win. So well done to the Penguins. Tough game for them, coming up short, but again, just worth mentioning there were plenty of their first string players in that game who had to play before running out into the next match. So it'll be interesting to see how they hold up fitness-wise when they come out shortly at 3 o'clock in about half an hour against the Tigers first grade side. Thanks for watching. You'll need to change to our First Division match stream if you want to watch the next match. We will call it quits there, and we'll see you again in about 30 minutes with the match of the day between first and second on the ladder in Premiership Division, Taroona versus Launceston.